Ain't no way we are getting Santa Narumi before we get GTA 6. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It just can't be a thing. But again, does look pretty cool here. I am going to go ahead and talk about this. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's get this video to a like goal of 100 likes and share the video with your friends if they are interested in Kaiju number 8. So, the fierce battle against dimensional identified Kaiju A concludes with no time to process. The next mission takes us to Christmas, coming on December 1st. Christmas isn't December 1st in Japan? What? What? That's not Christmas? No, okay. So anyway, we're not even in December. It depends where you are, I guess. So that being said, you know, this could be a new character. I actually kind of hope it is a new character because he seems kind of fun. We need more fun stuff like that, like seasonal stuff. I'm cool with alternate versions of stuff. Like I didn't really mind Kikaru 2. I know people wanted 4 and they would rather have seen that, but I didn't mind Kikaru 2. I want to see more alternate stuff, and trust me, they will be doing that, right? People are still concerned that they keep on putting out all these characters that are prominent characters from the series, like number 10 Hoshina or Reno in number 6. Like technically he's always using it, but Narumi in the full suit, right? So I'm not concerned about that because they're going to just continue to recycle characters. They're going to continue to make seasonal variations, apparently, alternate variations like Kikaru. They're going to have their own OC characters, like where the hell Suited at? Where are the other 2 that were in the promo art? I don't know if they've even been introduced in the story yet. I haven't read chapter 5 yet. Anyway, so they're going to keep doing that type of stuff. So I'm not really so worried about a new character personally. And then I'm also not worried about it because I am going to just start promoting this. And I've been saying this in the last few videos. I'm going to start promoting the game a little bit differently, and more on that in just a moment. Don't forget to support my channel by clicking my link in the description and creating a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. I've been having tons of fun, so join me with this link, and you'll also get $200 worth of free goodies, including a legendary champion, Elenaril, as a starter. This helps me a ton, so make sure to click that link right now. I appreciate you guys. Indeed, if you sign up with that, it does help me. Ideally on a device that's never had Raid before. You do need that to get the promo going, but they do track those, and I've seen a number of you guys sign up, so thank you. I appreciate it. And they also have a new collab, Alien vs. Predator. If you're hype about that, now is the perfect time. Anyway, I guess when I said it, you know, promoting it differently, it almost made it sound like I'm going to change my coverage. That's not really so much what I meant. What I meant was I'm going to just start flat out telling people, this is what I've been saying the last couple videos, I'm going to start telling people, basically skip everything. Like I'm dead. I am dead serious. I'm dead serious. Skip basically everything except for limited gachas. Skip everything except for potentially seasonal gachas. And the reason why is because these characters, since they're seasonal, would probably get vaulted too. I don't know. Some games leave them in their general pool. Most of them don't. So if in theory we get a Narumi, if we get anything else that's a summonable character, maybe he's a free character, because goddamn, they don't give any free characters. But if we get that, you know, typically they do vault those characters, and so maybe you decide to pull, right, because of that. Anyway, but the reason why is because all the characters just get put into the standard anyway, or into the pickup anyway, right? One day they'll update that standard banner also. So I'm still recommending people save the game gacha tickets, because I think one day they'll update that. Maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, I don't know. But I do think that at a point it's not really worth pulling them anymore. Anyway, so unless you're a brand new account, right? So I had always been saying that, but like it really hits home when like Mina, her banner leaves, and she's instantly thrown into the banner for Hikari. Now, the caveat is that if you want to pull the character specifically, their featured banner is the best possible chance you'll have at that character. That's why some people have been asking for like a Reno rerun or things like that, so that they can try to pull for that character on their own individual banner. But still, if they get thrown in there and the limiteds don't, then the limiteds need to be the priority. And the limiteds, they keep finding ways to make them better and more useful. Like I talked about Narumi in my recent video, and I'll be honest with you, man. Like I said, I thought he was always really good, but he just gets better and better as time goes on, as more characters come out, things like that. Like he synergizes great Hikari, because she can activate scene through super quickly, right? He synergizes great with Sagan because her counters can pop it. The new Ashuro, her Bako can pop his scene through. Like all these things, he gets better and better and better. And as they keep on adding these diverse plates, he gets better and better too, because he can pop those too. So you don't need a Hikari technically if you've got NARUMI, right? Or Aoi, I guess, because Aoi the GOAT, right? But anyway, like they keep on doing that stuff. So like I'm very close to just saying that I think most people should just do that as my overall point. And then again, every now and again they'll throw out something you really like, and then that's fair if you pull on that as well. But just know that they do that. And again, the counter is that they do have their best pull chance on their own individual banner, but they give a good amount of currency in this game. You may not believe so, but they do. I'm still tracking it for the month, and I'll unveil that in about a week. But the problem is that they don't give enough for everyone to pull on every goddamn banner and get a pity in every banner. And so with that being the case, people are mad. People are generally mad. So like I said, I'm not going to go into the whole, I guess I kind of did. But I'm not really mad at it though, is my point, right? Like I'm not really, like it is what it is, bro. Like I'm not really tripping anymore. So that being said, can we just appreciate NARUMI? This is great. I think that's interesting, man. So main story chapter 6. Have they introduced a chapter without the release of a character? Because chapters 1 and 2 are in launch, right? Then Sagan released in chapter 3. So I guess technically 1 and 2, but that was the release of the game. Sagan released there, and then Kikuru released with Chester for 4. Chapter 5 was Ashuro. So yeah, there's a good chance there's a character in chapter 6. The only thing that would throw that off is that they've done characters like 4 out of the last 5 weeks. There's been a new character. I guess 4 out of the last 6 weeks, because we're just coming off another week. Anyway, there's been a new character dating all the way back to NARUMI, right? So it's funny there's another NARUMI in here. So I would assume that's the case, but this could also just be the teaser here, and maybe it's not a Christmas NARUMI. Maybe it's a freaking Kaiju number 8 with a Santa hat. I don't know. Freaking holy dude, we're getting a third NARUMI probably, and we still don't have another Kaiju number 8. I know there's Kafka, but he kind of doesn't count. He kind of doesn't count. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this. Like I said, I want to just read some of the chat. Did you guys forget about 4 stars? Not even single 4 stars since the game released. Early roster is pretty bad. Yeah, well, here's the deal. Games don't typically keep up to date with those 4-star or SR or whatever equivalents in these games. They typically release those very, 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 very rarely. I mean, nobody's complaining about in games like rare characters most of the time. They don't update rares often. This game doesn't feature rares, right? They don't have any. There's no 3 stars in this game. No. There are 3-star. There's weapons. Like it's like early in the morning, right? So I'm like, wait a minute, am I missing something? No. It's just there's no 3 stars. Anyway, so games don't typically feature that. Well, excuse me. Games don't typically update those if they feature that. Like that's not really surprising. I think where this question is maybe stemming from is that new mission, which I didn't even see. You guys let me know. I'll have to come back and do it. I've been so busy with the move and stuff like that it sucked up like a few weeks for me. There's a new mission where you need to use all 4-star characters. So I think that's maybe where this is stemming from. So, yeah. And that's why he's number 1, because he can wear a Santa suit. If this is a new character and not a skin or something, I'm going to be livid. Yeah, we don't have any skins, so I didn't consider that at all. We don't have any skins, so like I don't think it's a skin, but it would be cool if we got skins. Maybe they'll add that. That's certainly something they can add as a possibility. I don't know why not, right? They could do that. I hope they won't release Santa again and make him limited. We are already tired from pulling Hikari. Still didn't get her weapon. Yeah, the thing is that a lot of times, like I said, these characters wind up being limited by default because they're locked to the season. And they'll release, summer variants and stuff like that. It's just interesting if they were going to do seasonal, they could have technically got in there a little bit with summer. I guess they didn't want to do that because the game was too brand new, but they could have, right? Here's the idea. Number 4, possessed as a Santa since its power is ice related. Do you plan to fix the optimization for mobile? If you guys have any issues with mobile, I haven't seen any problems. But maybe send in a support ticket. Christmas event better have great gifts and presents. Yeah, I would expect there to be a lot of free stuff. Here's one of the OCs. Somebody's asking about one of the OCs. They've got a few of them that are just kind of hanging out there that are not in the game yet. Oh, it broke. Let me fix it. There's a few of these OC characters that are kind of out there that they just haven't implemented yet. So, who is she? Yeah, she's in here. And then so is that other one in the armor suit. Oh my God, I just realized there's another character in an armor suit. That means there's going to be a 5-star armor suit. So I built up AG, right? And I thought it was so funny. I was like, oh, he doesn't even have a 5-star weapon. But it doesn't matter for anybody else because all the other characters have duplicate weapon types. So like they're all rifles, for example. And so I can just put a rifle from anybody. Or there's a handful of 5-star rifles, right? There's like 7. but he's the only one that's kind of the odd man out because there's no 5-star of his weapon. So eventually there will be. I didn't even consider that. Oh man. Yeah. So there's obviously quite a lot that's and this is just the initial image. Like I'm sure there's more that we haven't gotten yet that they have in terms of like new characters. 1% to pull the new character. Are you guys on meth? That is a standard pull rate, my guy. In fact, I come from an era of games where the new character was like 0.1, like 0. In fact, there's still some games that are doing stuff like that. You wouldn't have survived if you complain about 1%. You wouldn't have survived Gachas a decade ago, man. You wouldn't have survived it. You would not have survived it. Oh man, I got this really bad story that I've told before in my Dokkan video, so I'll end on this. When Dokkan was brand new, I was also kind of young, so I was stupid. Like I was maybe 20, 21. And so if you're younger than that or around that age, you're like, what? That's not young or what? That's not a stupid age. Yes, it is. I'm sorry. I regret to inform you. Yes, it is. I'm 31 and I look back at my early 20s, my mid 20s, my late 20s. I'm like, dude, I'm stupid as hell. Right? Because I think for guys, just in general, our brain develops differently as we go. And you get mature in different things, but like certain things I wasn't very mature in. And maybe it's a per case thing anyway. Anyway, I got sucked into the whole dopamine, like, oh, let me just pull to try to get this character. And before I knew it, I blew a whole paycheck. And I'm like, fuck. What am I going to eat for the week? Or for 2 weeks? Like, what am I gonna... And it was a pretty rough 2 weeks. Obviously, when that stuff happens, you survive, you make it through it. It just sucks, right? But and I could obviously elaborate, but I'm not going to. But anyway, yeah. So I was very dumb. It was very dumb. So yeah, you wouldn't have survived. And that's because the pull rates were so bad. I wasn't even trying to pull for dupes. I was trying to pull for one damn copy of something. I think it was an Ultimate Gohan or Physical Broly, one of those. Like it's a lot, dude. I was trying to, no, Physical Ultimate Gohan, in fact. I was trying to pull for just one copy of the character, but the pull rates were so bad. It's just so bad. Anyway. You wouldn't have survived, my guy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all